The concept of self-destruction is exactly what I specifically wanted to discuss with you all today. And perhaps I can clear up a few common misconceptions and illusions for certain people regarding what self-destruction really means in practice. Because more often than not, when we hear this word, individuals tend to immediately associate it with things like alcohol, drug addiction, and various other destructive personal habits. But the picture here is much broader. We can basically consider a broad range of various actions that are specifically directed against human health, safety, and general well-being. Our natural state, the harmony of our body, as self-destruction. This category includes various conditions such as different types of eating disorders that affect many people and require careful attention. It also includes the rich emotional background, especially when a person does not easily come out of a prolonged and difficult state where they are feeling trapped, constantly depressed, or engaged in intense self-flagellation, perpetually blaming themselves for something they did, or takes on the role of a victim. The victim mentality is directly connected to self-destruction. One important thing to consider is that this dependency functions much like a heavy chain, connecting to many other aspects of our daily lives, because when an individual chooses to adopt a victim mentality, they are making a conscious choice to avoid taking any personal responsibility for their actions. Of course, this usually happens subconsciously because in our society we were generally not taught this. And society in general is deeply interested in those specific individuals who simply do not want to take any personal responsibility for their own actions and would much rather prefer to believe in something else entirely, that there is some other force that controls their lives. Although this is a completely different topic which we will discuss in future conversations. Now let's return to self-flagellation, self-destruction, and self-damage from the perspective of nutrition. Because when a person has eating disorders of any sort or variety, they will almost certainly result in a state of self-destruction, such as the eating disorder known as bulimia, for example, or anorexia. Everyone has heard of them, but the picture is much broader because the specific eating habits that we maintain in one significant way or another actually cause our physical bodies to influence our daily behavior and psychological patterns. There is a kind of interconnection here. What we eat affects our body, and our body affects our behavior. And our behavior affects the choices we make in life. It's like a vicious circle. It's all interconnected. You can't say that the spirit is separate from the body, or a healthy mind in a healthy body. Everything here is interconnected. It all needs to be in harmony. It's very difficult or even impossible to find a healthy mind in a very sick body, because all distortions, they are deviations from the standard, from the natural ideal as intended by nature. And I would like to motivate you to ask yourself a question. Does the food I consume truly nourish and support my physical body? Does it lead me toward positive and healthy mental thoughts? Does it guide me to the correct and beneficial decisions and toward making a truly independent choice? Or am I simply following the influence of commercial advertising, or just going along with the crowd? With big corporations that tell us what to eat, what to drink. And so, in this particular manner, by completely blinding my own eyes, I follow exactly what I have been instructed to select, I want you all to really think about that for a moment, guys.